Welcome to the class. Today's topic is matter and its property. Our surrounding is made up of number of things that has weight and occupies space. So any substance that has weight and occupies space is called a matter. In standard third, we have already studied about the three states of matter, that are solid, liquid and gas. The different matters have different properties. According to their properties, they are classified into different groups, which are as follows. Classification of matter. So the first category for the classification of matter is hard and soft. Some materials are hard while others are soft. For example, iron is very hard while cotton is soft and fluffy. The next category is rough and smooth. Some material are rough to touch while others are smooth. For example, the stones are rough but pebbles are very smooth. The next category is soluble and insoluble. Some substances which dissolve in water are called soluble substances, while some substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. For example, the sugar dissolves in water, so it will be called a soluble substances, but the stone does not dissolve in water, so it's called a insoluble substances. Now moving to the next category, transparent, translucent and opaque object. So kids, there are certain objects which allow the light to pass through them. These objects are clear, so they are called transparent objects. Now, certain materials are such which allow only few light to pass through them. This object appears blurry and they do not allow the clear image to be seen through them. So these objects are called translucent objects. And certain materials are such that from which a light cannot pass through them. They cannot give a clear image of the next side, or it's not at all able to see. So here you can see in this picture, the first picture, the boy is able to see clearly. We can see the face of the boy very clearly as it's a transparent glass. Then the second picture, the face is blurry as it's a translucent glass, and in the third picture, the image is not at all seen as it's a opaque object. Now coming to the next part, that's a conduction. So there are certain materials which allow heat and electricity to pass through them. So they will be called as a good conductors, and which do not allow the heat and light to pass through them will be called a bad conductors. So let us study the good conductors and the bad conductors of electricity. We classify the material as conductors and non-conductors. Materials which allow electric current to pass through them are good conductors of electricity. For example, metal like copper, aluminium, a few examples for it. Now, bad conductors. Certain materials do not allow electric current to pass through them easily and are called poor conductors. For example, rubber, wood, etc. As we know, the matter exists in three states: solid, liquid and gas. Let's see how this matter is made up of. So matter is made up of tiny particles called molecules. So small equals to mole and lumps means clues. So altogether they are called molecules. The molecules are arranged differently in solid, liquid and gas. Let us study the properties of solid. The molecules are very closely packed to each other. The molecules cannot move freely. The solids have definite shape and volume. The solids cannot be compressed. See, here you can see the solids, the molecules vibrate at their own position. Let's study the properties of liquid. The molecules are not very closely packed to each other. The molecules in liquid can move freely. The liquids have volume but no definite shape. Liquids cannot be compressed. So here again you can see the molecules can move freely. Let's study the properties of gas. The molecules are very loosely packed to each other. The molecules in gas can move freely and does not have any definite shape or volume. The gases can be compressed. So here you can see in gas the molecules can move very freely. And you might have seen the CNG gases, that is a compressed natural gas. Now the change in the state of matter. The matter can be changed from one state to another. Water, a liquid, changes into ice, a solid. Ice, which is a solid, can change into water, which is a liquid. Water, a liquid, can change into vapor. That's a gaseous state. So either we need to increase the temperature or we need to decrease the temperature to change the state of matter. There are certain processes which helps in the change of matter. So let's study them in detail. The first process which helps us is evaporation. So evaporation is the process by which a substance in liquid state changes into gaseous state by heating. So here we increase the temperature, so liquid changes into the vapor. Next process is condensation. It is a process by which a gaseous state changes into its liquid form by cooling. So you might have seen a water droplets outside a cool glass of water. So that is nothing but a condensation. Here the object water droplets are formed by the condensation of water vapor. The next process is melting. It is a process by which solid form changes into its liquid form by heating or increasing the temperature. So you might have seen an ice cube which is left on the table melts and changes into the water. The next process is solidification. It is the process by which a substance in a liquid changes into solid form by cooling, that is by reducing the temperature. So you might have seen when the water is kept inside the freezer, it changes into the ice, and this process is also known as freezing. So kids, that was all for the matter and its property. Thank you for watching the video.